myself. I'm fair game. I know another creator has done one of these videos with my Patreon before. I will link her video in the description box if you want to see a different perspective from someone that is not me. But I wanted to kind of give you guys a rundown of my Patreon in this kind of like mock review style. And then also, you know, for any of you guys, I am literally drenched in sweat. For any of you guys that were curious, you have no idea about what Patreon is, and you know, you may have wanted to pull the trigger on trying mine or another creator's Patreon. I just wanted to kind of give you more of an insight as to what Patreon is. Okay, so the first thing you'll see when you go to my Patreon is a post that I made. So Patreon is basically a platform where creators can charge a monthly subscription fee of their choice. They set the price where subscribers, fans can join, pay whatever the price is, and get additional content that is not available for free on YouTube or, you know, wherever else that person might create content. There are tons of creators on Patreon doing tons of different things. ASMR, podcasts. I'm sure there's, you know, people that have adult, I'm sure I know there's people that have adult Patreons. Mine particularly is extra content. It is photos, you know, that I would, like maybe like a photo dump from my weekend that I didn't post anywhere else, or just pictures of me and my boyfriend or my friends. I'll post throwback pictures of me sometimes, you know, that I'll find on my Facebook that are funny or cute or whatever. It's just a place where, because it's not public and it's like a lot smaller of an audience, that I can be a little more loose and candid and you know, free, I guess, because it's just like a more intimate space. So how my Patreon is set up is I have 2 tiers. I have the first tier, which is a $5 tier, and what you get with that is 3 extra videos per month, and I do space them out. One at the beginning of the month, one at the middle, one at the end, for the most part. There has been occasions where I haven't been able to do that just based on time. And I've like stacked content, you know, within a couple of days of each other, but for the most part, I like to spread it out. With that $5 tier, you get charged on the first of the month for as long as you stay subscribed. If ever you want to unsubscribe, you just do that within your settings. You get charged like when you sign up. So just a like tip, if you want to sign up for my Patreon, sign up on the first. It's just then you won't get charged like twice within that month. But that being said, you do have to get charged when you sign up, because so you're gonna pay the same like regardless, because if I had people sign up and then it didn't charge them for the first, like nobody would pay for it, right? They would just sign active. I'm always reading the comments, and I answer a lot of comments and engage with them. For the most part on things. Like, also, if you send me a message on Patreon, I will answer you. Maybe there was like 2 Patreon messages in life I didn't answer because one person was like a hater, which was weird because they paid for my Patreon, and then the other is like, I don't know, somebody being like inappropriate. So also, if you want to talk to me, ask me like for advice, mentorship things, whether it's, relationship related or like business or whatever, that is where you do have direct access to me, and can, get in touch and I will respond. I really don't respond to most Instagram messages. It just becomes too much. So if you've tried to ever DM me on Instagram and you have not gotten a reply, I kind of keep all of the messages that aren't from people that I follow. They kind of stay in a folder, and for the most part I don't often see them. It's just like a boundary that I have to set. But I will say on Patreon, like, I had somebody message me a very long and specific like story, or not specific, but like a very long story about like a very specific situation that they were in, like relationship wise, and I didn't feel comfortable. Like, I'm not a therapist, so like there is a line there, of course, but if it was like general advice, especially when it comes to like career or business, I'm more willing to like talk about that stuff because it's a little less heavy than like, hey Julia, like, should I leave my boyfriend? Like, here's my whole life story. But I think most of you guys understand that. So you get all that as a $5 patron. Occasionally I'll do a giveaway. I need to do more of them. I did an AirPods giveaway in the past. I've done like a free custom video giveaway. And what else have I occasionally done? I've occasionally done like a bonus audio, which leads me to my second tier. My second tier is new, and I don't like verbalize that in my intro. My intro being, I also have a Patreon where I post 3 videos a month for $5 a month. So on my Patreon, I have a second tier, a higher level tier, which is, I have Little Babes, and then I have VIP, or is it VIP? I forget the name of it. And that is a $10 a month tier. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And what you get with that one is everything from tier 1. So you get 3 videos per month, which the videos are the same thing that you would see here essentially, but your requests and votes have like more weight to them. And I'll do things that I wouldn't do on YouTube, because with YouTube I have to think about like search engine optimization, whereas like with Patreon I can really just do whatever. So I do a lot of just like straight whispered rambles, and I don't know, like reading positive affirmations and I did like reading spooky stories. I'm gonna get in and like tell you guys the past few videos that I've done. And I also keep always in my description box of my YouTube videos, if you look in there, it'll show you the last video, the last piece of content I uploaded on Patreon, the title of it, so you can kind of figure out if that's something that you'd be interested in. But I sometimes forget to change that, so sometimes it's outdated, but for the most part I think I'm pretty good. perfect idea because I didn't really have time to add any more videos, any more content into my queue. But what I did have time for is to do an audio. I know it feels like, okay, how is it that much different to like just set up your camera really quick? You don't have to have makeup on. Again, I don't wear makeup in my Patreon videos. But it's just with the editing and getting like everything set up, it is different with the video. So, and a lot of people, like Genevieve specifically, let me know that she listens to me with headphones and like doesn't watch anyway. So something like that would make sense for a lot of people. Those audio clips, so you get 3 audio clips in addition to the 3 videos, so you get 6 pieces of extra content. The audio clips are also always like at least 20 minutes, just about 20 minutes on the dot, and those are 90% just pure whispered rambles. There's never triggers in the audios. In the videos, sometimes I will do a trigger. I'll do more mukbangs over there, like inaudible whispering, role plays. Just kidding. I don't do role plays. But the audios are just whispered rambles with nothing else but me talking about like pretty much what's going on in my life. I let all my $10 patrons, my VIP patrons, know that I was cutting down on how many videos I was doing on YouTube. Like maybe like 2 weeks before I was actually doing it. So I know the people that are coming onto that tier are like my, you know, most engaged viewers and subscribers, and so, you know, the people that are on my team the most, because they're willing to, you know, make that financial commitment to that tier, even if they just are there for like a month or 2 at a time. You know, it doesn't matter. You can leave and come back as much as you'd like. So I'm just a little bit more, like I said, just I feel like I can just be more honest with that group of people. So I just talk about what's going on in my life, you know, what I've been doing, what I'm going to be doing soon, things like that. And then occasionally I will do a guided meditation. What I've done recently is do these guided meditations where it's like multiple guided meditations within one audio, and I'll give the timestamp, and like this one will be for like anxiety, this one will be for like healing, this one will be for whatever, at like 4 minutes. So I'll do those. I totally lost my train of thought because they're at a pause from a noise outside, but that tier has actually been doing really well, and I think there's like 80 or 90 people that are a part of that at this point. So you know, now you have also to like build up like backdated content. So once you join, you have access to all the old content, and now that I've been doing this audio tier for a few months, there's plenty of clips available. So if you've like fully binged my whole channel and you need more content, I would encourage you to join my Patreon, even if it's just going to be for a month. It's $5 to $10, which is less than the price of lunch, and if it's the $5 tier, it's like the price of a Starbucks coffee. And you can just binge like all the old content dating back to when I started my Patreon, which was like I think April 2019. So there's a lot of content. As far as also like finding the old content, so you don't have to scroll. There's like 1,000 things. I have tags set up with all the different like triggers and types of videos. So there's like a story time tag, there's inaudible whispering, there's tapping, there's mukbangs, there's audio only, so you can find all the audios if you're a $10 patron. I also will label certain things like not ASMR make those tags and keep things organized for you guys, because my Patreon is my baby and I am very proud of what I've done with it and what it's become for my level of like subscribership here on YouTube and how many patrons I have. I have like a lot of patrons for the number of subscribers I have, which I kind of knew this already, but then also I had a call with Patreon. They reached out to me and like, I don't know, they wanted me to do something where like some program where I could send my patrons like a gift, like something like it ended up being stupid. I didn't do it because like it was like a sticker. Like, do you guys want a sticker? Like, I don't really think you care about a sticker. Or like a postcard or something, which I guess would be cool, but it just, I don't know, it didn't financially make sense for me to like do that. And the guy let me know like the reason he reached out to me is because, you know, just based on like averages, you know, creators having 50,000 subscribers wouldn't normally have, you know, a 500 patron followership. So I am very proud of my Patreon. I enjoy doing it. I love engaging with everybody over there, and I will say that loud and proud. Yes, this video, part of this video, is meant to sell you on my Patreon. It is not a scam. So, you know, that's why it's there, because I want people to buy it. You know, but another thing too, like I've just never gone, there's never been a month where I didn't post all 3 videos or all three audios. I actually forgot. Last month I thought that I had posted 2 audios already, which I had only posted 1. So I had like, I had to like really get my shit together and film like 3 videos and 2 audios in one day or whatever it was to make sure that I got that second one up, because I just wouldn't be able to do that to you guys. I know that some other creators like will manipulate their audience and like try to, I don't know, use like these people love these creators so much, some creators, and the creators will kind of like manipulate and be like, oh, like, I don't know, say something to, I don't know, you just come up with bullshit excuses, right, as like why they didn't get to do their content. Obviously, if there's a real excuse, that's one thing, but I just wouldn't be able to do that because I know people are paying for this and I want to give them what they're paying for. So, yeah, I love my Patreon. I'm gonna continue to do it for a while. Patreon, if you're interested in joining Patreon and making your own Patreon and you have a YouTube channel, they do take a percentage of your profits. Please remember that. But it's not like an outlandish percentage. I want to say it's like 13%. Whereas I've been approached by other platforms that were actually really cool and had a lot of cool features to them, but they wanted to take 30% of the profits. So I was like, absolutely not. So don't ever let anybody, random sidebar, don't ever let anyone take large percentages of your income, whether it's someone who's going to be a manager for you or, you know, a service like Patreon or whatever it is. You need to draw a line in the sand there, and if anyone's trying to take large percentages of your money for management services or whatever it is, it's because they're trying to take your money, and that's it. Anywho, okay. So, I'm gonna go through and read the last couple of posts that I've done. So the first one I posted 2 hours ago, and I was just like asking everyone what they want to see this month. So it's the same thing that I would normally do on YouTube, and I'll have people write what they want to see, like the comments of which was me getting a hydrofacial facial. It was a little bit of voiceover and a little bit of a esthetician or facialist giving me a facial and like explaining what she was doing. And see the tags on there, like voiceover and skincare. So if you like skincare videos or voiceover videos, you don't have to scroll back and look through all of them. You can just search by keywords like that. The next post is a guided meditation that I did for my VIP patrons. So it was a body awareness focusing on breath, guided imagery for mental control, and then feeling sensations. So again, this is tagged as audio only and guided meditation. Then a photo of me in a bridal shower. I did post that photo on my Instagram story as well. You can always follow me on Instagram. I do post on my story often, but I try not to like duplicate things and post the same stuff on Patreon and Instagram stories too much. Next one is a picture of me in the emergency room with my mom that I would definitely not share on Instagram stories or anywhere else because I look like shit. And this was just me in the emergency room the other week, I guess last weekend, when I sprained my shoulder. We've got an audio, a throwback, a photo dump of my weekend at the shore, the post that everybody roasted me about, where I was, telling everyone I was like crying over a YouTube comment, like a little bitch. Next video was me in the dark with my Zoom microphone, another tag. If you like that little Zoom mic I use, you can search by videos that I'm using that. I do throw that in. Reading spooky stories in the dark. It's tagged as holidays too. You can look up like holiday themed, like Christmas, fall. Some show recommendations is my next post. Like a funny meme. An audio only. This was the announcement about me only doing one video a week. Next, ASMR in my car. This was a lo-fi video, so I'll do those occasionally. So I did some ASMR in my car on my phone. Again, if you like lo-fi, there's options here. A poll. Oh, I did a reacting to celebrity ASMR. That one was fun. That's also tagged as like other creators. Sometimes I'll share like an ASMR video that I really like from another creator, or sometimes I'll just show another video that I like. Guys, this is so good. I think I'm gonna join. I think I'm gonna buy my own Patreon. Just kidding. A picture of a burrito that I was eating that looks tasty AF. Of old school favorites video. I know you guys ask me for those a lot. A picture of me getting my hair highlighted at the salon. A mukbang, a healthy mukbang. And I let everyone choose my mukbang, right? So the options were McDonald's, pizza, Taco Bell, IHOP, or / breakfast, something healthy. And everyone voted for something healthy, which I thought was so interesting because when I asked you guys if you wanted me to do a mukbang here on YouTube recently, you said yes, and you're like, make it junk food. I was like, okay. Another rambled update, another poll asking everyone what they want to see. Throwback picture of my nephew. A bonus audio that I gave to everyone was this guided meditation with the timestamps for anxiety, sleep, confidence, gratitude, and success. A story time. Me explaining how I had mono. A throwback picture of me and Lily Whisper's dorm in college. Yeah. Oh, I did a review of Tony's Stitch Fix box. Like, see, I wouldn't do that on YouTube, probably because most of my YouTube audience is women, which probably most of my Patreons is women too, but I don't know, I don't think that video would do that well on YouTube. I don't have to worry about that on Patreon because the people that is a third tier, and it's an $100 tier for a custom video. I don't do custom videos anymore. I did them for like a hot second, but it just, I don't have time to do those really, and I also just kind of wasn't comfortable doing them, so I just haven't taken that down yet. That tier, I do want to replace that with a third tier. I just have to think of like what that third tier would be. It would be a pricier one. I don't have time to film any more videos. I'm not going to be doing adult content, so that's why I just haven't thought of like what I could do. You know, like a super fan tier or something. That sounds, oh, I hated even hearing that come out of my mouth. Sounds super cringe and narcissistic, but yeah. So if you guys have any ideas for that, feel free to leave me a comment or send me a message on Patreon. Alright guys, that is all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I appreciate you guys being here on YouTube too. Don't get it twisted. I love doing YouTube, and YouTube is the only reason that I'm able to do Patreon. So I'm not going anywhere on YouTube. I'm not going to be posting less and less and less until it's just Patreon. I would never gain any new patrons if I didn't have YouTube. So it all is just, works together as part of my little business, my little side hustle.